Rockets was third in the West right now, 10-4. They done beat the Clippers twice. Now let's go through their winning streak. They are on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should have been able to count that off just odds, but they've been on a 5-game winning streak. They're currently losing to the Bucks. We're gonna give them some grace. They down by 12 at halftime, but they done beat the Rockets. I mean, the Rockets have beat the Pistons, the Wizards, the Clippers twice, and the Bulls. They absolutely embarrassed the Bulls. I think they're trending in the right direction, but I don't know. What made you kind of think of the Rockets as a topic, and what are you feeling about the Rockets right now?
I said it because they were going on this winning streak, and they have some exciting young players that is fun to talk about, and then they have also the prospects of adding something to this core in general because of the amount of great young talent that they have. Tari Eason has been playing well. Amin Thompson looks amazing. And then they're winning games, and they're playing through their star, Sengun, who's coming on 2 triple-doubles. In these past 2 games, I had 2 triple-doubles straight. So they're playing through their star, Sengun. Their offense flows through him. Everybody else seems to fall in line, and the guys playing passionately for their coach and playing their role. I think they're a good, young up-and-coming team. I just think they're now the teams they've won against, you could say, haven't been necessarily the strongest, but there also have been some good, there's been some good teams in there too. So
they beat the Warriors. They had their comeback game against the Warriors where I think they were down like 20 or more, and Tyree Eason led their charge. This is one thing I've noticed, Chris, with the Rockets. The Rockets bench is damn near better than their starters. Like, okay, let's think about their starters real quick. They have Fred VanVleet, Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Jabari Smith, and Sengun. Just thinking off top, I done said those 5. Where would you think they rank in terms of the best starting 5s in basketball? Like, just where do you off the top?
In the 20s.
Yeah, they're probably yeah. But the thing is, Amin Thompson and Tyree Eason, the occasional Reed Shepherd moments. I feel like I just never like it when it's like the best part of your team is the people coming off the bench. I just don't know how I feel about it. They calling them the Terror Twins. They're literally calling Amin and Tyree Eason the Terror Twins. So it leads me to believe maybe they need a trade, but it's not going to be this season just because you want to see them in the playoffs. You want to see where everything shakes out. But at the same time, you can't keep all these dudes, man. Cam Whitmore is literally in the G League. Cam Whitmore would be a starter for at least 10 teams, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams that would love to have him, but they got him playing in the G League, which is interesting.
So it's like, I don't know, because I think Jabari might be the odd man out, but then I can see a world where Jalen Green is the odd man out. I can see them packaging Cam Whitmore and maybe Amin Thompson and doing something. It's like they have a good problem to have. They got too many guys, but it's like, what can they be this year? I guess that's basically what I'm getting at.
See, this year they'd be like, if they do well and they go far, or they continue up their play, I think they're just like OKC from last year, where they're a good regular season team who ends up with the top 4 seed. They may win a playoff series. It's not guaranteed, like OKC was winning their first series, in my opinion. They may win their first series, but they definitely don't get past that. They don't get anywhere close to that. So, and then this team, that's at their best, but this team could also be a very well be a play-in team.
I was just finna say that, because it's like, are they really, really a top tier, top 5 team? Because I'm looking at the West right now, and Golden State is pretty much healthy, but OKC, they literally don't have a center. They don't have not one center available. The Lakers are kind of relatively healthy. Phoenix literally don't have Kevin Durant or Bradley Beal, and they're 5th right now. Denver, we know what they're going through. No Aaron Gordon. Minnesota's relatively healthy. Memphis, we know Memphis don't have nobody. That just lost DeRozan and Sabonis. Dallas has had their injury stuff. So it's like, are we like Houston's number 3, but they've been healthy pretty much all year. So it's like, and they're already probably the deepest team in the league, 1 through 10. Yeah. So how much of that do you think is a factor? Because I think they're proffering for injury luck.
That is true. I mean, yeah, when some of these top Western Conference teams start getting healthy, start playing at the level they're supposed to be playing at, Houston could be the odd team out. And, there's only so much you can do when you have a weaker starting lineup. There's only so much you can do based off young guys because they're capped to a certain level. Potentially going forward, of course, they have room to grow, but in the present, they're capped. So I think if the Rockets could definitely suffer the consequences, I don't think they finish necessarily as a top 4 team, but I think they have their best case scenario is that if they can continue this consistent level of play, but we'll see. But I think their most likely option is 6 to 8 range. Okay. Play in maybe.
So you honestly, because I heard you mention earlier that best case scenario they went around. I damn near think that's out of the realm of possibility, bro. I think there's no way the Houston Rockets win around. I don't like to be like this because they are on a winning streak. You know how everybody is. They're in the current power ranking. 15 games in, bro. Houston Rockets not sustaining this. And if they do, it'll be because the injury thing. Eventually, I don't trust the starting lineup, bro. Like, if the best part of your team is the bench, and then like you got 4 starters who are all inconsistent. You got 4 starters, inconsistent starters, bro. Jabari Smith, literally, if you ever bet prize picks on anybody on Houston Rockets, you will understand. They're a no bet in terms of individual players. Like, Jalen Green is a no bet player. Like, Jabari Smith is a no bet player. Dylan Brooks is a no bet player. Fred VanVleet is a no bet player. Like, you don't know what you're getting 90 and 90. I don't trust it. I'm sorry.
No, I don't blame you for. No, yeah, they look good right now. But I'm not gonna overreact to right now. I'm gonna say they look good right now, and if they keep playing like this, of course they can be great. But they have a great young core that they should focus continue developing. Their number 1 option or their best player, Alperen Sengun, where does he fall on the list of best players in the West? He's great. He's a good young big, of course. But like, where does he fit in as far as the best player on your team in the West?
Just the last thing on this, because when you said that, you know who I immediately thought of, because I already compared him to kind of like a Pau Gasol type of guy. But it's like, if that's your best player, it's gonna be like what Pau Gasol was when he was with Memphis. We're gonna get his ass up out of here eventually because we're not getting out the first round. And it's kind of like the Sabonis thing. Like, maybe you can perennially be in the playoffs. Maybe you can be an All-NBA third team, but that's first round exit. So that's another. I'm glad you said that. Sengun is the best player on the Rockets, and that should be all you need to know about where they're going in the future. No offense to him, because we love young players.
Yeah,
we always like to hype young players. But
yeah, it's the thing, and it'd be different if he was paired with another good guy, but Jalen Green is shaky. He's not, so.
Can I just say it? Jalen Green not it, bro. Like, he's an empty calorie guy. Like, let him go somewhere and get stats. And another thing, Dylan Brooks, I think he's gonna fill in that spot for the Patrick Beverly role, to where we go ship him around from team to team to give my young team toughness. And right when we get to the playoffs, we're shipping his ass to the next young team. Because I just don't want Dylan Brooks, bro. I don't trust him. He's too emotional. He does too much crazy. What he would do to James Harden, shadowing, like, all that's just too much for if I'm really trying to win championships. Like, it's cool when I'm trying to build my team's toughness, but once we get to that point where we making the playoff, bro, stop all that shit. Go on, man. And I think he's gonna be the new Pat Bev.
found some shit I love to do, so I can live comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind, need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line, any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I will never quit.